The Unwritten Leviathan. Stories are the veins of creation. They shape gods, forge heroes, and breathe meaning into the void. Every myth ever whispered, every tale ever told is more than entertainment. It is the skeleton of existence itself. Worlds rise because we imagine them, and worlds fall because we forget them. Hidden beneath the surface of reality, beneath the ink and dreams, there is a hunger that binds it all together. It waits in the silence between worlds, swallowing legends and exhaling universes. And at the end of every page, at the beginning of every myth, there is one name: the Unwritten Leviathan. This story begins with Tom Taylor, a life as a performance. He was celebrated as a genius behind his beloved fantasy series, worshipped at conventions and adorned by his readers. His fame was boundless but hollow. In truth, the books themselves had been written by his father, manuscripts left behind before his death. Tommy was a mask, a vessel of another man's ink. The truth surfaced like a wound. At a fan event, a stranger exposed Tom's fraud. What began as a minor scandal spiraled into chaos. A vampire-like assassin stalked him, a bomb nearly erased him, and the walls of fiction collapsed around his every step. Tom survived, untouched by death, preserved by forces he did not yet understand. His story had been chosen by something older and far greater. In his father's office, Tom discovered the first key, a hidden vault, a note of warning, and a door handle unlike any other. It was a relic that can open portals to anywhere. Beyond it lies his father's truest secret, a map of stories, a lattice of fictions that stretched across universes, the interface between the real world and imagination itself. And as Tom gazed into the atlas, characters from his father's creation emerged into the room. Fiction stood before him in flesh. Denial was useless. The world he thought he knew was only one page in a book too vast to comprehend. Through that discovery, Tom set his eyes on the true source, the heartbeat beneath every story, the devourer of tales, the Leviathan. Tommy stepped through the door and tore a path to the impossible, a portal not to a place, but to the foundation of all places. On the other side, there was no ground, no sky, no horizon. There was only a white void, a silence deeper than space. Words had no meaning there because words had not yet been written. This was the canvas before the story, the white page. Tom drifted through its emptiness, surrounded by stillness so vast that it made eternity feel small. In the distance, he saw movement. At first, it was a shadow, and then it grew, stretching across infinity until it blotted out the entire horizon. And Tom was able to see the creator of all stories itself, a whale in a white void. But this is no ordinary whale. Its body shimmered with ink and constellations. Its skin carried the glow of words written and erased. Each scale was a story, each rib a universe, each exhale a myth born anew. It was the living ocean of imagination, the source and substance for all of fiction. The hierarchy of stories stretches infinitely, each world of fiction to the one above it, each layer collapsing into another without end. The Leviathan swims across all of them, binding them together with a knotted web where reality and imagination converge. It does not live within the stories live within the Leviathan. Its existence is abstract. It's not matter or energy, but the embodiment of fiction itself. It warps causality and dictates fate, reshaping plots with its hunger. When Tom survived the bomb, it was the Leviathan's will written into his arc. When myths endure through centuries, it's because the whale continues to feed on them. Every legend is sustained as a meal. Every forgotten tale is an erasure. The origin of its hunger is as old as creation. In Eden, the Leviathan starved until Adam whispered stories. These words became its first food. Since then, every tale told by mortals, from Cain and Abel to the epics of heroes and villains, it added to its mass. Humanity's imagination sustained it, and in turn, it sustains reality. The more stories it consumes, the more stable the world becomes. Without stories, the whale starves, and when it starves, everything collapses. This is the paradox that defines it. The Leviathan is both the prison and the protector. Stories chain it, but they also feed it. It grows larger with every dream, every novel, every myth. and its hunger is eternal. Gods themselves recognize this, using tales to bind it in place. Pullman sought to sever those chains to destroy the whale and erase the idols of old, yet to erase the Leviathan would to erase existence itself. For humanity and the whale are one. We breathe belief and the Leviathan breathes it back as reality. Its feats echo across infinite layers of creation. It sustains entire hierarchies of stories. It consumes worlds until nothing remains. It births new tales through symbiosis with humanity, serving as the devourer and the creator alike. It exists in the white page, the space beyond worlds, and the ocean beyond that, where an infinite regression of Leviathans dream each other into being. At the peak of the chain rests the mother of Leviathan, the final dreamer of the endless knot. This is not a scale confined to one canon. The Leviathan swallows everything. Every myth, every legend, every fictional world is bounded to its body. Even DC Comics. With its infinite multiverses, its gods, its overvoids, and the endless monitors, existing as a single story within the Leviathan's ocean. Superman, Darkseid, and even the Presence himself, all of it is just another branch of the knot, another tale sustained by the whale's hunger. With this being pretty interesting because in my Presence video I pointed out that the Presence knows that there's another being that's beyond him, and that being is the unwritten Leviathan itself. The Leviathan contains them the same way the sea contains rivers, each story feeding the whole, each universe nothing more than another page in its library of infinity. The Boogeyman and Pullman sought to end this cycle, wielding terror and rebellion to sever the Leviathan's hold, but Tom discovered the Horn of the Gods, the instrument that resets all narratives. When sounded, the Leviathan was unwritten, pulled back into the void. Yet this was not destruction, it was a pause, the blank page turned over, waiting for the ink of new stories to be written. Every ending is the Leviathan's meal, and every beginning is its breath. The Leviathan is the interface between imagination and existence, the embodiment of the collective unconsciousness. It is the silence between words, the canvas before the ink, the ocean that swallows all myths and keeps them alive. It is beyond the scale, beyond the gods, beyond universes. It defines the stage upon which they perform. Every story you know exists because the Leviathan has fed upon it. Every dream you believe is a ripple in the ocean, and every new tale begins in its lungs. Overall, the unwritten Leviathan would scale infinite layers into high outer with omnipresent speed. In the end, the Leviathan is the story that consumes all stories. It is the wail of infinity, the heartbeat of fiction, the endless breath that ensures creation never ends. People can think it's fake, but I'm sure they'll believe, because even gods are buried at the bottom of the sea. What's up guys, it's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if you want to sponsor a video just like this one, I have my Cash App linked in the description where you can sponsor your very own video. And make sure you guys go join the Discord where you can hang out with me and Kazi and we'll teach you how to make content just like this. But let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of this one. How strong do you think the Leviathan of stories truly is? And which characters should I do next? And let me know out of the countless characters that you know, who can defeat the whale of creation, the unwritten Leviathan?